Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another day of learning. My name is Miss LaTondra, and I am your host, and this is Miss Casey. She will be your teacher. Today, we will be reading words, reviewing nouns, and learning about verbs. Later in the lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper. Please go ahead and get that now. I hope that you have a great time.
Hey, boys and girls, I hope you're excited about learning today. Today, like Miss LaTondra said, we're going to read and spell chains of one-syllable words. Then we're going to spell and write some high-frequency words and tricky words. Then we're going to review nouns, and we're going to learn what verbs are with our chart. Are y'all ready to get started? Okay, so let's start with building some words. So, on our paper or on our table, if you have the letters N-U-T, think about what that word might be for a second. I want you to look at those letters and think about the sounds that they make and see if you can do it by yourself. What sound does N make? N. What about U? And T? T. So if we blend that together, what does our word become? Nut. Nut. Very good. If I take the N away and we replace it with sh, what does our word become? I heard you. Great job. You said shut. Awesome job, boys and girls. So if we take that away and we replace it with O-U, do you remember what O-U says? Right. Sh, out, shout. Very good job, boys and girls. What if I take the sh away and we just have that ending left? What does our word say now? Right, it says out. Let's take the t away and replace it with ch. What does ch say? Do you remember what ch says? Right, it says ch. So we have ouch. What is our word? Ouch. Awesome. I'm going to put a new beginning on our word. Let's put this at the beginning. And what does our word become? Ouch. Pouch. Awesome, boys and girls. Let's take that ow out of the middle and replace it with a double O. What does that make our word? P-oo-ch. Pooch. Great job. What about this one? Sound it out. I heard you. You said ch, mooch. Awesome. Let's add the s to the beginning and see what our word becomes. What do you think that is? Ch. Smooch. Great job. Okay, let's get some more. Now we're going to start with that. Sound that out for me. Soon. Awesome, boys and girls. Let's take the s off the beginning and put What does our word become? Right, it becomes moon, like the moon in the sky. Great job. Let's take that medial sound out and put this one there. What does that become? Right, men, men. Let's add an ending sound. What is it now? Mend, mend. Great job. Let's take that off. We're going to put that OU back. What does that say? Sound it out. Right. Ow. D. Mound. Good job. Like a big mound of dirt. Let's change our beginning sound to an S that says S. What is our word now? Right. Sound. Sound. If we replace it with a P that says P, what does it become now? Pound. Awesome job. What if we replace that P with an R? What does R say? Awesome. Round. Round. Very good, boys and girls. One more. If you put the F that says F in that place, what does our word become? We know that the end said ound, right? So now we have ound. Great job, boys and girls. You did an awesome job reading. Now we're going to look at some tricky words, okay? Are you ready to look at some tricky words? Remember, tricky words are very different and we can't sound them out like we just did our other words. We have to remember things about them that help us memorize how to read those words, okay? So we're going to look at a new tricky word first. Look at this word for me. If you look at that word, how would you think you might pronounce that word if it weren't a tricky word? Right? D would say D, A, W, N. But we know this is a tricky word, right? So it's going to have some things that are different in this word. These letters right here, O and W, are not going to go A, W like normal, okay? They're going to join together and they're going to say the owl sound like we saw in the OU, okay? So D, ow, N, down, like she is walking down the stairs, okay? So we know that the D says its normal sound, D. And our end, at the end, says N like normal. But this OW in the middle, we have to memorize what it says. That's our heart sound, okay? We have to remember that it sounds like the OU in ow. So down, down. Say the word down for me. Great job. I heard you say down. Can you say the sentence for me? Can you say the sentence, she is walking down the stairs? Great job. She is walking down the stairs. Remember that we have to remember to write this word this way when we say it, when we read it, and when we write it, okay? So every time that we see this word down, we remember that the OW says ow, okay? Great job, boys and girls. Okay, so now I want you to look at some more tricky words, okay? So we remember our word down, but now we're going to go back over some tricky words that we've done in the past, okay? So I'm going to put a word out, and I'm going to give you a second to see if you remember how to read that word. What is that word right there? What is that word? I heard you. You said that that word is because. Because. Say that word with me. Because. We decided to go to the pool because it was hot outside. That sounds like a great idea in the summer. We decided to go to the pool because it was hot outside. So that's our word because. What about this word? Right, that's the word should. Should. I should have remembered to pack a lunch today. Should. What about this one? It has the same ending as should. Right, that word is would. Would. I knew you would know how to read that word. What about this word? I see that same ending sound as those other two words. That word is could. Great job. Now he could read anything. So let's go back over our words one more time. What is this word? Right, that word is because. What about this word? Should. Awesome job. What about this word? Would. And this one? Could. Very good jobs. Pat yourselves on the back. Great job. So now that we have those words, we can go over, remember we talked about we're going to go over what a noun is. I want you to think for a second. Think in your brain and see if you remember what a noun is. You've probably gone over a noun before. So I want you to think for a second. Use your thinking brain and see if you remember what a noun is. What is a noun? What is a noun? It can be 3 things. What are those 3 things that it can be? Right, it can be a person, a place, or a thing. Let's look at our anchor chart to help us, okay? So in our chart, we have a person, okay? So a noun can be a person. There's a person right here that's a teacher, and then there are 2 kids right here that are the students. So the 2 nouns are the teacher and students, and that falls under a person. Let's read this sentence together. The students love to learn. What was our noun in that sentence? Right, students was our noun in that sentence. Let's read it one more time. The students love to learn. Great job. So we did a person. What's next? A place. And the places that we have are, what is this red building? That's a school. And then where do we find palm trees? On the beach. So we have a school and the beach, and that's our places. Let's look at this, and I want to see if y'all can read this one by yourselves. I heard you. You did great. The beach is my favorite place to go. Where's your favorite place to go? The beach. And the beach is your noun. Very good. Now we're going to go over a thing, because we did a person, a place, and now we're on to a thing. I have 2 things right here. What is this one? Right, a tree. And then what is this pink animal? A pig. So we have a tree and a pig, and those are examples of things. Now I want you to read. Are you ready? Great job. I heard you. I love to sit under the tree. Great job, boys and girls. Those are our nouns, a person, a place, or a thing. Great job. Y'all did amazing with that. Okay, so now we have reviewed nouns. So we're going to learn now about our verbs, okay? So this one's a new one. Are you ready? So with verbs, verbs are words that show action. So let's look at this chart, and it's going to help us learn about verbs. So a verb is an action word. It is something you can do. So I want you to think about that for a second. What is something that you can do? Think about this morning. What did you do this morning? What is something you did this morning that you can do, and it would be a verb, something you actually got up and did? Oh, I heard lots of great answers. Okay, so now we're going to go over some things that you can do. Are you ready? Okay, this poster says, I run. Can you run? You can. I walk. I yell. I talk. I listen. I chew. I play. I sit. I hop. I skip. I throw. I catch, I bake, I eat, I shake hello, and I wave goodbye. Great job. All of those things we can do. Okay, so now I'm going to say some of those things. I'm not going to go in order. I'm just going to say some, and I want you to get up and do those for me, okay? You ready? I bake. Can you pretend that you're baking? Awesome job, boys and girls. I sit. Great job. I saw you sit down. I run. Run in place. Awesome. I play. Who is someone that you play with? Great. I skip. Can you skip? Yes. Can you eat? Can you pretend you're eating something? What about throwing something? Can you throw a ball? Awesome. Can you catch that ball that you threw? Can somebody throw it to you and you catch it? What about shake hello? Can you pretend to shake hello? And can you wave goodbye? We'll do that one again when we're done with our lesson. Great job. You did an awesome job. So let's see if y'all can look at these now. Are you sure? Okay, so you did a great job with those verbs. So now we're going to look at these phrases. And when we look at these phrases, we're going to read them and we're going to find our verbs. Are you ready? Okay, so in this first one, I'm going to point and you're going to read, okay? I heard you. Let's do it together. Run up the hill. Run up the hill. What is our verb in that sentence? What is our verb? I'm sorry, not sentence, phrase. What is our verb in that phrase? Right, our verb is run. So now on your piece of paper that you got earlier, I want you to write the word run. R-U-N. Make sure you have really pretty handwriting. I'll give you a second to make sure you write your word. Okay, let's read the next phrase. Ready? Together, mop the room. Mop the room. What is my verb in the phrase mop the room? Right, our verb is mop. M-O-P, mop. So on your paper, write the word mop. Awesome job, mop. M-O-P, mop. I'll give you a second to make sure you got that written down. Okay, let's read this one. Cook good food. Cook good food. What is my verb in that phrase? Is my verb food? No. My verb is cook because I can cook. I bet you can help your mom or your dad cook. Let's write the word cook. C-O-O-K. Cook. Awesome. I'll give you a second to make sure you got that written down. Let's read this phrase. Look it up. What is our verb in that phrase? Right, our verb is look. Let's write the word look. L-O-O-K. Write the word look on your paper. Great. Let's do the next phrase. Shake his hand. What is our verb in that sentence? Phrase. What is our verb in that phrase? Right. Shake is our verb. Let's write the word shake. S-H-A-K-E. Shake. Let me give you a second to write the word shake on your paper. Great job. Now let's look at this last phrase. Pet the dog. What is our verb in pet the dog? Right, our verb is pet. Write the word pet on your paper. P-E-T. Pet. Pet the dog. I'll give you a second to write pet. Awesome. Let's go back and read our phrases one more time. Run up the hill. And our verb was run. Mop the room. What was our verb? Mop. Cook good food. Our verb was cook. Look it up. What was our verb? Look. Shake his hand. Shake was our verb. Pet the dog. And pet is our verb because we can pet the dog. Awesome job, boys and girls. Y'all did such a great job with those phrases and finding those verbs. You're so smart. Let's look back at these tricky words one more time to make sure that we know exactly how to read these words, okay? So let's look at this one. That's our new one that we learned. You remember the new one? What was that word? That's right, the word was down, down. So I want you to make sure that when you write this word or you read this word, you know exactly what you're saying. What about this one? What is that word? Right, that word is because. Should, would, and what's that last one? Could. Down, because, should, would, could. Y'all are such great readers. I'm so, so proud of you. Y'all did an amazing job today. An amazing job. Remember, we reviewed what a noun is, a person, a place, or a thing. Then we learned about verbs. And verbs are what? Verbs are something you can do. You can get up and you can do these things. And that's how you know that they are verbs. Awesome job, boys and girls. You did such a great job.
Boys and girls, thank you for joining us. Please join us again for more reading fun. All rights and credits for today's lesson belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these valuable resources. We'll see you all next time.